Hi, it's Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today, book is Curious George at the Laundromat from 1987. So let's get started. It's time to take the clothes to the laundromat, George said his friend. At the laundromat, they met Mrs. Goodman, their neighbor. I have to wash my children's baseball uniform, she said. They have a game today. George watched as she put the uniform into the washing machine. She poured in some soap. Then she pushed a handle and the machine started to wash. The man with the yellow hat started his wash too. Now I can leave to do some shopping, he said. You wait here, George, and don't get into trouble. George stood and watched as the clothes went back and forth. He loved it. George was curious. Could he make a machine work too? There was an empty machine in the corner. He found a pile of clothes on the table and dropped them into the machine. He poured in some soap, first a little, then a little more, then the whole box. He pushed the handle and the machine started to work. Suds began to flow right out of the machine and over the top. Some studs was everywhere. Assume studs were everywhere. An ocean of studs poured out into the street. Help, help, cried the owner. Who put all that soap into the machine? It was that monkey, someone shouted. People came running. George was scared. Where could he hide? When they reached the table, George was nowhere to be found. I have to clean up this mess, said the owner. Everyone will have to take their clothes out of the machine. That's terrible, said Mrs. Goodman. How will I ever get my children's uniform dried in time? Mrs. Goodman took the wet clothes home and set the basket down on her porch. As soon as Mrs. Goodman went inside, a head popped out of the basket. It was George. He jumped out and looked around. A big oak tree stood in the backyard. The tree was tall, but not too tall for George. He grabbed the clothes, climbed up the tree, and hung the wet uniform on a branch. The sun was shining brightly, and the clothes would be dried in no time. When Mrs. Goodman came out of the house, she was very surprised. Thank you, George, she said. Meanwhile, the man with the yellow hat and the owner of the laundromat had come over. There you are, George, said his friend. You have caused a lot of trouble. I'm taking you home. Wait, cried Mrs. Goodman. He made up for the mess at the laundromat by hanging the uniform out to dry. Well, okay, said the owner kindly, but be sure to learn how to use my machine next time, George. When the uniforms were dried, the children put them on. Then Mrs. Goodman had a surprise. A little uniform for George. So that was Curious George at the Laundromat from 1987. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.